Today, on Science Fridays with John, we're going to crack open another cool experiment from the Chem C2000 lab. We're going to learn two important words. One, cardboard. We're also going to learn the word observation. Welcome to another Science Fridays with John. I'm so glad you stopped by my lab. One, cardboard, which is actually made, man-made, by the wood that comes from our trees and some other ingredients. And through a manufacturing process, we get paper, we get cardboard. Observation. Now, observation for years has only been thought of as something that is used in the chemistry industry, the pharmaceutical industry, perhaps the medical industry. But it's never really been used anywhere else, but actually it is, you're just not aware of it. So what does observation mean? That's a great question. Observation means that we're using our senses, our eyes, our nose, our mouth, if it's something we can taste, our ears, and yes, the sense of touch. So, for example, let's say we had someone that was going on a roller coaster. We could use our eyes and our ears to see if the person is actually having a good time or if they're yelling bloody murder and can't wait to get off the roller coaster because they hate it. So we can tell that and report that back to ourselves. Now, observation can also be used in our lives, trying to achieve our goals. If we observe something, we get feedback, right? Now, if we observe something wrong or we don't pay attention in the lab, the outcome of the experiment is wrong. And thus, our hypothesis that we're testing appears to be wrong. But we don't know this because we think that we're interpreting it correctly. So to observe, you need to, without a doubt, use all of your senses that you can. In the chemistry lab, you're not going to use your mouth, obviously. Use all the senses that you can. So in chemistry, it would be your eyes, it'd be your ears, right? And you want to see what's going on in a reaction, in a condition, etc. All right, so let's take a test tube. All right, just like this. And I'm going to put this like the cardboard on top, and I'm going to turn it over, right? Now, what do you think is going to happen? Probably going to stick, right? So now let's observe. No, didn't work. Why didn't it work? You remember we've been talking about air, haven't we? All right, so I'm going to take, and I'm going to fill this up to the brim. Can you see I filled it up to the brim just like that? Right. Take this just like this. Turn this over just like this. I'm going to give it a second. Now, why did that sit? Because of the air pressure. Now, why did that just drop? Because the cardboard actually got wet and an air bubble opened and therefore the water went through. So you can see how important it is to observe. So we learned that it did work, but what we observed in this experiment is that when the paper or the cardboard gets just a little bit wet, it causes an air bubble. And there, a pocket, and then it releases and the water goes out. How can we relate this in our lives? Well, pressure. Sometimes we need to have certain amounts of pressure to hold something in, like on a wheel on a bicycle, right? Or a spring. It has to hold the pressure in, right? But if we loosen the nut, then the pressure comes off and everything falls out of place. Even a clock is a great example, one of those old, like grandfather clocks, okay, something like that. In our lives, when we apply pressure, so some pressure is good, too much pressure is no good. So having enough pressure really means that you're motivated enough to do something. Having no pressure means that, if I get it done, I get it done. So people say to me, John, pressure's bad, it's gonna kill you. No, it's not. It's having the right amount of pressure. Did you know that your heart needs a certain amount of pressure to pump? If it didn't, you wouldn't be alive. So that tells us that pressure is not actually bad 100% of the time. It's just using it in moderation, right? Just like sweets. If we want to have sweets, we can have some in moderation, but if we have too many, it's not too good for us, right? Well, anyway, I am John, the science guy. I want to tell you that if you enjoy this experiment, we have many more. Check out the Chem C2000. I'll put a link below this video so you guys can get one for yourself. This is not a sponsored video today, and I would encourage you, if you want to see more experiments, smash the thumbs up button, click on the subscribe button. This way YouTube will know to share this out to other people that are interested in videos just like this, the way you are. Comment below, what did you think about this? What in your life has pressure? What has too much pressure? What has no pressure? When there's no pressure, it goes nowhere. I remember many years ago I had this clown fountain, and you'd connect the hose, and there was a hat that would sit on it, and you would turn the water on just a little bit, and it would cause pressure, water pressure, to cause the hat to spin around. If there was too much pressure, it would just jet right off. If there wasn't enough pressure, the hat wouldn't lift. The goal was to get that hat to lift maybe about 2 to 3 feet. So this way, when you and your friends wanted to walk around, it was spinning and the water was coming off the side, and it was evenly balanced. I am John, the science guy, and remember, help keep our content free, and click on the link below and make the choice today to buy my team and I a savory slice of watermelon, or a refreshing vanilla cone, or a delicious ice cold beverage. Either way, we'll be grateful with those pennies and dollars. We'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, and even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping, motivational science content to change your life and improve it for the better. Thanks for popping by my lab, and I'll see you in another video real soon.